What's up, guys? What's up? Happy Thursday. We're live. A little bit late, but here we are. I was just looking at some information here. So it looks like we had a hack in crypto today. So there is a malicious code going on. How are you guys doing? What's up? What's up? As usual, I'm just gonna be waiting for a few more seconds before we start, just in case. To interact. Hello, fam. Is it okay to interact on any dApps now? That's exactly why I'm doing the live stream. To be honest, I was planning on skipping it today just because of the hack that is going on, the malicious code. But I said, you know what, let me just come here and at least explain what I'm doing. So at the moment, I am not using my wallets. By the way, I'm not going to be taking transactions today. I'm going to be mimicking and showing you guys the process to farm zkSync, but I'm not going to be taking any type of transaction. So it looks like we should be safe, but again, in the past, we should be safe also, and we still get a hack. So no, for me, I'm not gonna be taking any type of transaction today. I'm gonna wait until tomorrow. In the end, 12 hours more, 12 hours less, I'm okay with that. Just for me to make sure that I am not losing my funds. So at least for now, wait if you do have the option to do it. So this is actually the tweet that I was reading. Also, Ledger posted a tweet. It is a little bit more complex, so that's why I'm using this one. So there is a major exploit going on in crypto space right now, impacting a lot of popular apps, website. So it is a lot of apps and a lot of websites. The safest thing you can do is nothing. So don't try to save your asset or try to revoke. Even revoke.cash added a tweet about it, to not use their platform, to not use anything. So it looks like it is pretty crazy right now with whatever that is going. So no, at least for now, don't use any type of projects, dApps. Do not send funds, do not play with crypto. So today is really going outside of your house and touching grass. Nothing else. Go ahead and touch some grass. So that's exactly why we're not going to be taking transaction, but still I'm going to be mimicking and showing you guys the process on how I farm zkSync. This is exactly the process, the same process that I use zkSync. I think it is zkSync.io. But this is the exact process that I've been using to farm zkSync on all of my wallets. Obviously, I do like to switch it up a little bit and add maybe one or two different things. But this is most likely the strategy that I use, which gives you the option to farm I think it is around 9 projects at the same time. I saw some posts on X earlier. Then they tried to send funds. It says reverse on sender, but already got nothing. There you go. There you go. So, nah, I don't think it makes sense, to be honest, to be playing with crypto. Man, if these type of things continues to happen, I'm pretty sure the market will go down a lot. Bridges and wallets. Okay, so in case you guys don't know, hi Nadia, if you just join, just so you know, by the way, let me also add it into the chat, but there is a hack going on in crypto with many dApps and websites. So we are not connecting our dApps, our wallets. We're not taking transactions. We're not sending funds today. We're just waiting. So make sure to be safe, to not use any type of things with crypto. Let me add the text here. second. And let me also pin this so everybody can see it. Okay, perfect. So I don't know if you guys are already farming zkSync, but this is the website, and once you go to zkSync, they do have some options for bridging. Many people say that you should be using the native bridge, or you can also use a third party. To be honest, I use both of them. On some of my wallets, I go with a third party because it is cheaper than sending your funds from the native. So this is the native bridge, right? You do have the option to send your funds to zkSync Era and also zkSync Lite. zkSync Lite was the first version of zkSync, and now we have zkSync Era. So here you would connect your wallet, which we're not going to be doing today, and then you can send your funds ETH from ETH mainnet. That's the main issue for me, is that Ethereum is extremely expensive right now. The gas fees are just crazy. Most likely you would be spending maybe $20 just to send your funds. So outside of what you're already sending, you would need to spend around $20 just to send your funds. And again, you still have to move your funds to ETH. So if you're not using a CEX, which should charge around $6 to send your funds to ETH mainnet, or if you're bridging, it gets extremely expensive also. So right there, you can be spending anywhere between $25 up to $30 just by using the native bridge. Now, if you do have enough funds and you can use the native bridge at least once, go ahead and do it. That would be the best way to do it. At least once. And after that, obviously, you can just continue using the third-party solutions that they have. There is a lot of projects. For example, there is Rhino, which I don't really use anymore because they already got a token. But Layer Swap is great. L2Scan, this is just a scan. This is not a bridge, if I'm not mistaken. Then I also use OmniBTC, which is the one that I like because it is tokenless. There is a link for it in the description, but you can also use Orbiter and also LeFi and many others. Let me go ahead and check that. Thank you for that. I did wonder some messages on Twitter. Yeah, going crazy. Gas fees right now is cheap, but I wonder. Of course it is cheap right now, but we're not going to be playing with our wallets. So let me show you guys the process. So first, again, if you want to use the main bridge, this is the way to go. You go to zkSync.io. And then you click right here, you would have the option to start using it. But if not, if you are low on maybe on capital, maybe if you have like $50, it doesn't really make sense for you to use the native bridge and then losing half of your money just by bridging. What I would do is instead use OmniBTC.swap, which is just a bridge for many projects. For me, it is actually the most complete bridge right now. And as usual, I like to have my funds on Arbitrum because it is my favorite blockchain. So from there, I would basically send it to zkSync. I would do, here it is, zkSync, and I would select ETH. By the way, zkSync is using Ethereum for their gas fee. So you need to send ETH. If you're sending USDC to zkSync, you will not be able to swap it. So first you would need some ETH, and then after that, whatever you like, you can send any type of token that is on the zkSync blockchain. So once we do that, let's just use an example here, 0.1. Again, I am not connected, so I'm not taking any type of transaction. So I don't think it will show the option because I am not connected. No, it is not. But here it will show some routers that you can choose. So this is a DEX aggregator or a bridge aggregator or a DEX aggregator, the same thing. So it will show you some options that you can choose. which one you want to go with. I have explained it in the past. So for example, when I'm sending from Arbitrum to BSC, I usually select layer 0 protocol so I can add some volume on layer 0. But if I'm sending it to zkSync, they don't have the option for layer 0, so I go with whatever is the cheapest. Once I receive my funds, I can then start playing with it. So next on the list is, oh, by the way, every single thing that I'm mentioning here is tokenless. So just by farming zkSync and the projects that I'm mentioning, you should have the option or the chance of receiving multiple airdrops in the future. So later on, we will be counting it. But the first one is OmniBTC, which is tokenless to send your funds. Right there, you're already farming OmniBTC and also zkSync at the same time. Next, I would do odos.xyz, which is a DEX also. And they do have the option for various projects, various blockchains. But the one that I like, obviously, is zkSync. Is it required to use native bridge? To be honest, I don't think so. Because I got the Arbitrum airdrop without using the native bridge. You guys can check my old video. I think it was like a year ago. Almost, or even more than that. I think it was more than that. Yeah, more than a year ago. And I farmed Arbitrum with like $40, $50. So I didn't have any money to send it from the native bridge because I was going to lose half of my money. And I still got the Arbitrum airdrop. So that's why I said, if you have like $1,000, of course, go ahead and use the native bridge. But if you are someone that is just starting, you just want to try farming and you have $100, don't use the native bridge, because in the end, you're going to be losing 25%, 30% of your portfolio just by sending some funds. And the goal is just to have you using the project a little bit, understanding how you can farm something. But if you just start sending all your funds using the native bridge, if you do it, for example, for zkSync, and then you do it for Linea, and then you do it for Scroll, that's it. You have no funds. So here we have zkSync. You do have the option to select Ethereum, Optimism, BNB, and many others, but all of these, they already got a token. Just Base, but I don't think we will get an airdrop for Base. So from here, let's say that I sent 0.1 from OmniBTC. I would do something like 0.8, and I would swap it for USDC. Always leaving some ETH for my gas fee, so anywhere between $10 to maybe $20, so I can always pay for my gas fee. By the way, whenever you take a transaction on zkSync, it will show an amount as, for example, $1.5 for your gas fee. But usually you get like 40% or 50% back in return, so just so you to know. And by the way, also Odos, I have found that it is the cheapest in terms of taking transaction, usually ranging between 30 cents up to 60 cents. So not bad. Obviously, after taking the transaction, whenever you're taking it, it should say maybe $1. Then when you go ahead and check, it should say $60. 60 cents, not $60. What website you're using to track your farm? I am tracking it myself. I do have a tracker, a spreadsheet. Here it is. I track everything manually because some of these projects you cannot find any information. So let me show you guys an example. We're gonna take a quick pause to answer that question. zkSync.netlify. Netlify. There it is. You can use this and copy and paste your wallet address, and it will show your transaction. Let's see if it can load. Actually, let me go ahead and open it here because I have my other wallets. zkSync.netlify. But this only works for blockchains. So you will not be able to know your volume on specific dApps. Yeah, I know. I'm not interacting with anything today. As I mentioned, you can see the pinned comment. I'm just mimicking transaction without connecting my wallet. I'm just showing you guys the process to farm zkSync. So later on, maybe on Saturday, if you guys want, you can take some transactions. So this is the brand new wallet that I created, and I've been using it for, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks. And here you can check some of your volume. So you can copy your wallet address, and then you would have your ranking. These are 2 separate entities. So this is minitoolkit.org and TrustGo. So I am 56%, so top 56, and then top 67 on this wallet. By the way, I just started that wallet less than a month ago. Interaction 30, interacted contract, so that means different contract is 12. Volume 2.3K, fees $19, and that's it. But for specific dApps, I do it manually, as you can see right here. And everything gets connected, so every single time that I add a transaction here, it added right here automatically. Hopefully that answers your question. Let me know how it is working now, guys. We should be good, I think. Yes, I can actually see the lag from my phone. It is actually taking a while for you to see what I am seeing. It looks like it is working now. Let me know, please. Go ahead and change this. I think it is working. I'm actually speaking. Let's see. YouTube is only receiving enough video to maintain smooth. Whoa, I need some airdrops to purchase a MacBook. All my funds are going through airdrops right now. Try to move the screen so we can tell. So I actually changed the screen so as you can see, but yes, I'm getting this notification that it is a little bit slow. I guess it is because it is raining right now. So just let me know if we have any issues again. Yeah, I'm also checking it from my phone. It looks like we're good. So let's go ahead and continue. So since I stopped, again, for me to send my funds, I use OmniBTC, or you can use the main bridge, which is just going to zkSync.io, but you will need to have some funds on ETH mainnet and also pay the crazy fees. So if you are lacking some funds, just for you to start later on, if you want to use the main bridge, you can do it, or the native bridge. But at least go ahead and send some funds and start farming today, because as I always say, you can add volume later on, but you cannot recoup the days. So if zkSync, there is maybe 4 months, 5 months to farm zkSync. If you continue to wait and you say, let me know, let me check if maybe in 2 to 3 months I have some funds to start farming zkSync and using the native bridge, then you only got maybe 2 months to farm it. So for me, it is actually more important to just start farming and adding some transaction and show that you're actually active on zkSync. So once you send your funds, you go to autos, you can take some swap. It is extremely cheap, around 30 to 60 cents usually. And next, we can also use Li-Fi, which is li.fi. We go to Jumper. So Li-Fi is a bridging technology just like Layer 0. You would go to jumper.exchange, which is their DEX aggregator. So that's how you can get involved with Li-Fi, because Li-Fi is also tokenless. So right there, this is our third project that is tokenless on zkSync. First, we had OmniBTC. Second, Odos. And third, we have Li-Fi. So here we would select zkSync. By the way, you can cross chain, so you can send some funds from another blockchain. But once I'm on zkSync, I would do the transaction just on zkSync. So I would select it twice and then select zkSync ETH and then zkSync USDC and then take some swaps. So right there, I'm adding volume on all of them. As you can see right here from my spreadsheet, just from this wallet, we already added 3.3K in volume just on Li-Fi. On all those, we only have $705. So that is 3 projects. How often do you recommend making transaction with zkSync? As much as possible, to be honest, but at least once a week. If you can do it once a week, that should be good, because I think we might receive the airdrop in Q1 or Q2 of 2024. So that means maybe from January up to maybe June, July, give or take. So right there, you maybe have like 6 months. So if you take 4 transactions per month, so once a week by 6, you should add a pretty good amount. Maybe 30, maybe 40 transactions, depending on how many transactions you're taking per week. Obviously, if you have less funds, you will require to take more transactions to add volume, because every single time that you take a transaction, that is volume. So if I have $100 and I take 2 transactions, that is $200 in volume. So if I want to push it maybe to $1,000, then I should take maybe 10 swaps with $100, and that should be $1,000 in volume. Usually I recommend first going with the goal, which is $1,000 in volume and at least 10 transactions. And from there you can move to 25 transactions and 10,000 in volume. That would be the best way to do it. Next, we have some trading. First one that I like is the Revio, even though it is a little bit expensive on the gas fees. But the good thing is that you don't need to deposit some funds on the Revio. So all the transactions that you're taking, it is actually adding volume directly into your wallet. So right there, we do have the option to play with some perps, which is leverage trading. And then we have prediction, which is just gambling. So you would say in the next 5 minutes, the price of ETH will go up or down from this price. That's it, nothing else. And then we have swapping. I don't recommend playing with swapping on the Revio because the gas fee for swapping is extremely expensive. I would just use it on maybe Odos or Li-Fi. But for perps, yeah, go ahead and play with it a little bit, maybe 2 or 3 transactions here and there, since the Revio is also tokenless and they already confirm their token. So in the future, we might receive an airdrop for this. How about the Gitcoin passport? Is it a matter of zkSync? Well, it is still good if you can get it. But I do have some of my wallets that I am not holding the Gitcoin passport. Do you have a list of the dApps you are using? Yes, in the comment section or the description box of this video, I added all the links, so you can check them out. So right there, we are at what? 1 OmniBTC, 2 Odos, 3 Li-Fi, which is jumpers, the same thing, and 4 the Revio. Next on the list is Satori Finance. Satori.finance. Yeah, there it is. My main issue with Satori Finance is that you need to deposit your funds. So after you deposit your funds, any type of trade that you're taking on Satori will not be counted on zkSync. Of course, for Satori Finance, it will be counted because they are tokenless, but you will not see any other type of volume. So for example, if I add $300 into Satori Finance, I take 10 trades. in the end, I would just have $300 in volume showing up on zkSync on my wallet. Once I remove it, then it will show another $300, nothing else. zkSync, here it is. Let me close this. So first you would go to portfolio and you would do deposit. By the way, you will need some USDC. So again, you can just use Li-Fi or others to swap some of your ETH for USDC, and then you would come here and deposit some funds. Once you're done with it, then you can start taking some trades, which is also leverage trades. So basically, after adding your funds, you're just farming Satoshi Finance, but it is still good because it will show that you have some diversification in your wallet and you're using multiple projects. And again, this is tokenless, so hopefully in the future we can receive an airdrop for Satoshi Finance. Next on the list is NFTs to me. NFTs to me.com. My pleasure, my pleasure. So on NFTs to me, you can create a collection or you can purchase NFTs from some other people. I usually have some links in the description from the NFTs that I create, so you guys can mint it and add some more volume, or even here on zkSync Codex, if you click right here, all chains free NFT mint, you will see the option for many zkSync NFTs that you can mint. So it is free. These one are free, but obviously you would have to pay for the gas fee, which is usually like $1. But still, that means if maybe one day in a week you don't really have a lot of funds, you don't have time to get involved with zkSync, just go ahead and mint a free NFT so it can show that you are at least a little bit active with zkSync. But I don't recommend just basing all your farming just by minting NFTs. Yes, it is something good to add it, but volume is way more important. The good thing with NFTs to me is that it is also tokenless. So if you create a collection and also you start minting some NFTs, we might receive an airdrop in the future for NFTs to me. Why OmniBTC does not swap BNB to SOL? The main issue that you might be facing with OmniBTC is that you are probably adding more than one BNB. So please confirm if you're usually trying to send more than one BNB. I've had that issue in the past, and what I just do is drop it to 0.9 BNB and it usually works, or just wait for a few hours until there is liquidity. Again, OmniBTC is not the one taking the transaction. They are just a DEX aggregator. So usually whatever DEX that they're using to send the transaction might have low liquidity, but usually it works properly when you add 0.8, 0.9 BNB. So by now we farm OmniBTC, Odos, Li-Fi, which is again the same as Jumper, the Revio, Satoshi Finance, and NFTs to me. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 1. So 4, 5, 6 projects just by using this strategy, and at the same time you're farming zkSync. So hopefully if we can just receive at least $500, worst case scenario, we get only $500 for all of these projects, that is still an extra $3,000. Next on the list, and probably the last one, is HoldStation.exchange, which by the way, they already did the airdrop, which was pretty good. I did receive the airdrop, but it looks like they're gonna have another airdrop in the future. So you can come here, download they also have a app, so you can download it and also add your seed phrase. So basically you're just using their wallet instead of using MetaMask or something like that, and you can just take some trade, or you can just come here and connect your wallet and then take some trade. You can take some perps trades, which is leverage, swapping, so on and so forth. Make sure that you add as much, if you're gonna be farming HoldStation, that first you add a lot of transaction, because that was one of the main requirements for hold station, not even volume. It was just based on transaction. I think I saw like 10, then 16, up to 200 transactions to get the airdrop. So again, you can farm it and add as many transactions as you wish, and hopefully you can receive an airdrop. And basically that's it. That is actually what I use. You can also use ZK, I think it is ZK Land. I don't remember if it is ZK Land. I think ZK Land is on Starknet. No, it is not ZK Land. Let me check on DeFi Llama. So usually this is what I do to find new projects on zkSync or any other blockchain. I would go to DeFi Llama, go to Airdrops, and remove the filter, zkSync, era. I would click on TVL, and then we can start using some of these projects. Not all of them are tokenless. For example, SyncSwap, they already stopped the event for you to receive an airdrop in the future. Forchrome is not tokenless. Rollup Finance is not tokenless. So you always need to double check. CrowdSwap, I don't think they were tokenless. So the one that I was mentioning is Zero Land. Currently, they have a mining event, so you can add some funds and receive some tokens. Usually you don't get a lot of money from mining events. But if you want to play with something that is tokenless and maybe add some liquidity, you can go ahead and use Zero Land. That is obviously an option. Here it is. Yeah. So you do have the option to choose USDC coin, which is obviously the safest. You do have ETH, then you can add some volume there. Oh, lastly, which I didn't mention. So basically right there, we're covered for zkSync. Let me know if you guys have any questions before I move on, so I can show you guys the process for zkSync Lite, which might be very, very important to receive the airdrop, because for Arbitrum, using Arbitrum Nova was actually a requirement to increase your chances of receiving an airdrop, or at least to get a bigger airdrop. So please let me know if you guys have any questions about this, so I can cover it, and then we would move to zkSync Lite. I do think this is pretty simple. Just go ahead and use the links, maybe watch the video a few times, but just bridge, take some swaps on autos, take some swaps on Jumper. Always make sure that you're adding zkSync and then zkSync. Obviously, you can take a trade on the review. The same for Satori Finance. You would need to deposit your funds, by the way, to take that trade. Then we have NFTs to me, which I think I added a link for a new collection that I have, or you can create your own, or by going to zkSync Codex right here and minting some free NFTs. And lastly, Hold Station, which is just playing with all of the features that they offer and add as much transaction as possible. So let me close some of these. Right, so for zkSync Lite, which was the first version of zkSync, if you want to send some funds to zkSync Lite, you can use Orbiter. They do have the option for that. So you would come here, choose, I'm not going to be connecting my wallet, remove. zkSync Lite, here it is. Let's say I have my funds as usual on Arbitrum. I would switch. So from Arbitrum to zkSync Lite, I'm gonna be sending some funds. Usually with $30, that's actually more than enough, because zkSync Lite transactions are pretty cheap. So anywhere between $30 to $50, that should be enough for you to take a few transactions. And to be honest, there's really nothing to do on zkSync Lite other than zigzag. So once you do this process, you send your funds, which by the way, Orbiter is also tokenless. So right there, we're also farming another project. And lastly, we would use zkSync.exchange. Here it is. I'm gonna add the link for zkSync because I didn't add it. That in the description box. What can you say about GRVT? And I need a code. Yesterday, I was actually looking at it. I do need a little bit more research. zkSync is like Arbitrum, right? I don't know. Are you asking if they're a blockchain? At the beginning, when you were showing how to add funds, I saw Binance was an option. What do you think? Yes, actually, you can do it. Yes, you can send your funds from Binance to zkSync, and you can select the network as zkSync. It works properly. I've done it in the past, but again, you will not be using a bridge or farming a bridge. So I'm just showing the option there because usually we have our funds on your wallet and not on Binance. If you do have your funds on a CEX, make sure that to remove it. It is actually way better to just have it on your MetaMask or any other wallet. And from there, if you want to bridge, you can bridge. But yes, you do have the option to use Binance. You don't need to go to their website, to zkSync.io to use it. You just need to copy your wallet address. You go to Binance, you paste it, you remove ETH, so you're basically withdrawing some funds, and then you select the zkSync era network. Works great. For GRVT, yes, as I said yesterday, I was checking it, but I just need maybe some time to get some more information about it. Maybe next week we can review it. So zkSync, as I said, you send your funds from Orbiter Finance to zkSync Lite. Make sure it is zkSync Lite and not zkSync Era. $30 to $50 is more than enough. Then you take a trade right here. Guys, there's really nothing else to do on zkSync Lite. ETH, USDT, ETH, USDC, ETH DAI, so on and so forth. So this is something that you can just connect and maybe take a trade every single day. It will cost you maybe 25 cents or something like that, and just be active. Your goal is not to make money here. It is just to add some volume. So anywhere between 10 transactions should be good. So maybe after 2 to 3 weeks, you should be good. And if you want to leave your funds there and continue trading, taking some more swaps and adding some volume, that would be also good. By the way, if it is the first time that you're using zkSync Lite, it will ask for a fee. It is not coming from zkSync. It is actually coming from zkSync. I mean, it is not coming from zigzag. It is coming from zkSync. Usually it is around $4 to $5. So just for you to know that. Once you connect your wallet, it will ask you to pay for the fee, which goes directly to zkSync. Orbiter is introducing point system. Yeah, I know. We can actually... Oh no, I need to connect my wallet to see the point system. I'm not gonna do that today. But yes, it is actually like events. So right now I think it is for Linea. So if you send some funds to Linea, you get like 5 points. If you send your funds from Linea to another blockchain, you get like 5 points. And depending on the amount of transactions that you take on Linea, or I mean sending funds from Arbiter to Linea, then you'll be getting some more points. I do have a lot of basic points, which is because I've been using Orbiter for, I don't know, maybe 6 months, give or take, something like that. So I do have the basic points, and I also have the pilot, like 3 NFTs. But for the events, I'm not really doing them. They're actually good to get more points. I do believe that you get a lot of points by using the events. Usually I just don't have time to do them. So I just stick to just taking some transaction. So yeah, basically that's it for the zkSync route. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me go ahead and calculate. So we said if I send my funds from the bridge, which is OmniBTC, that is 1, you take a swap on all those, that is 2. You take swaps on LeFi, that is 3. You take trades on Satori Finance and then also the review. That is 5 in total. You mint some NFTs on NFTs to me. That is 6. You also use Hold Station to trade and do some perps trading. That is 7. And from there, you can also send your funds to zkSync Lite, which is using Arbiter. So that is 8. Not bad. And we can also count zkSync, which is obviously the main goal. So in total, we are farming 9 projects. Not bad. 9 projects. So for me, that is actually the main strategy to use. Obviously, if you find something else that is tokenless that you can add to the list, go ahead and do it. Always checking that it is a good project, that you're not going to be losing your funds. Oh, number 10 also, ZK, what was the name? Zero Land, ZK Land, I don't know. The one for lending some funds on zkSync. So that is 10 projects in total for us to receive an airdrop. So worst case scenario, if we don't make a lot of money from the zkSync airdrop, let's say $2,000, we still have 9 other projects that we can make money from them. Even if it is $200, $300, still good, because these are 9 projects in total. If we receive just $200 by 9, that is 1.8K. So in total, we just made 3.8K in total. And that's it. Let me know, guys, if you have any questions, any doubts about this strategy. Again, I'm gonna be placing the link for all of the other things that I mentioned, like Zigzag and also Arbiter, and double check if I'm missing something. But in the description box, you guys should see the link for OmniBTC, for LeFi, for all those, the review, Satori Finance, NFTs to me, so on and so forth. And also you can check your volume on zkSync.netlify.app and it will show you your transaction, but unfortunately it will not show you your volume on each dApp. So if you want to track it, there is the link in the description for my tracker, so you can do it and add your transaction and it will calculate everything automatically for you. So that's it for today, guys. Let me know if you have any questions before I let you go. Well, I guess no questions then. My pleasure, my pleasure. As always, there is the link in the description for Discord. I'm a little bit more active there, so if you have any questions, any doubts, just join and wait a little bit until you get accepted. And then we can have a chat about farming zkSync or any other chain. By the way, guys, I don't do live stream on Friday. So we will be back by Monday. Hopefully everything is clear about the hack and we can actually farm zkSync and add volume live. That's the goal. So if you want to do it with me, just have your funds on zkSync or maybe Arbitrum, and then we can bridge together and then taking everything, all the swaps and doing everything live. And so if you have any questions or if you're facing any issues, you can just ask it. My pleasure, Nadia, my pleasure. Take care, guys. See you back on Monday. Happy Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.